to break. Go to break, everybody. Go to break. Go to break. Go to break right now. We'll be right back with more.
The media has never wanted Donald Trump to talk. It's the same reason they're trying to gag Trump now. Why you have these people like Jack Smith just lost and getting Trump gagged in his case. Because this world wants to silence the people that speak truth, right? This is why Jesus said, do not conform to this world. So here's just a tip. Everybody, whether they're in media or not, whatever profession, you will be faced in your life with ethical dilemmas that will rise up very quickly, and in a moment you're going to have to decide. And we've all made the wrong decisions because you have these tests. I believe they're tests. You have these tests that come along throughout life. And they're the moral, ethical decisions you make. Because, quite frankly, people can argue all they want that this is about this side says this and this side. Ultimately, people know right and wrong. People know it's wrong to kill a baby in the 9th month of pregnancy, okay? I don't care what they justify it with, unless obviously a mother's in danger or something like that. But to just do it is wrong, okay? It's wrong. It's a no-brainer. A lot of these issues that people want to argue about, they wrap it up, such as abortion, and it's about women's reproductive health. The government doesn't give a shit about your reproductive organs. They give a shit about population control. That is what all of abortion is about. Now, if you still want to stand on the side of that, then fine, okay? Stand if you believe that that's the right thing to stand up for. But your media has sold their souls little by little, because that's what happens. When people say you're a sellout, what you've sold, you've prostituted your soul. You've prostituted parts of your soul, because the soul is what God has breathed into you, breathed into your life. And that is truly what it is where you will find the Holy Spirit. And everybody, when you're an adult, knows the basic right and wrong. So when these ethical dilemmas come up, you will find that from time to time, you will just look away from what you know you shouldn't look away from, that you will not speak up when you know you should speak up. And it should feel bad, but then it should motivate you to make sure that to realize in your head you'll be faced again, not with the exact same situation, maybe something similar, where you will be tested and you won't think it's a test. You'll be like the Joe Scarboroughs if you stay on the road he's on, or any of these media people, which is that they have become so used to going along with lies for their paycheck, for their popularity, for their fame, that it is nothing to them to lie. In fact, many of them even believe their own lies at this point. But the fact of the matter is this is truly what's important in your life. It really is. You want to make sure that there's 2 columns. There's a column that says I've conformed to the world, and then there's a column that says I did not conform to the world. Make sure there is more check marks in the box under I did not conform to this world. What this world would tell you is no, when you don't conform, then you're on the wrong side of things. Science will tell you you're wrong. The educated will tell you you're wrong. No, the highest of educated, really the thing they're best at is justifying their poor actions. This world is not about truth, which is why Jesus said, do not conform to it. Jesus said the prince of darkness is the prince of the air. The way you get your media is through the air, the radio waves that come into your radio, into your TV, as I've said. That's the reason Jesus said it all those thousands of years ago. The prince of darkness is the prince of air. The prince of darkness is the people that are deceiving you. And who would that be? Well, Joe Scarborough being one. They have had all this time since Trump was in to get their act together, to realize they too are being judged, because ultimately you have to face a real judge at some point. And you may think, hey, I'm young, I don't care. Okay, fine. Just make sure, because you never know when, some people die young, some people die old. I mean, if you're sure that you'll die old, okay, then spend the majority of your life taking the easy road. But if you have more checks in the box that says, I conformed with everybody, I conformed with the science, I conformed with the government, then what you show is that you don't know how to do the right thing. Joe Scarborough shows he doesn't know how to do the right thing. Our justice system, the FBI, they do not know how to do the right thing. And when you have people in these highest of levels that don't know how to do the right thing, and then you go along with that, then you're not a smart person. This is ultimately the same fall that man always makes. The fall of man is always because they, over time, have sold a little. This is the reason, too, Jesus didn't go to the Pharisees when he was seeking out the people that he was giving the truth to. He didn't go to the leaders of the church because they knew everything. That's why I say the highest of educated think they know everything, and they don't even know how to do the right thing. Do you know how many times I've seen it in my own profession? The highest of educated from the best schools, and yet they sooner go along with the wrong things because they decided, no, I'm going to have more checks in the box that says I conform to this world. I did the most unethical stuff. I don't get right about it, and basically humble myself and do right to set those wrongs I did right. I have spent more time helping the corrupt system that wants to make everybody conform to it. Those people are not on the right side. They're not. They may live in luxury mansions. They may drive the fanciest cars, have the fanciest clothing, may look great to you, may have all these letters after their name. But they don't know the basics of wrong and right. They do. They just choose to go along with what's wrong. Because it's easier. It is. It's easier for everybody. There's a reason this world gives awards to corrupt people. It gives awards and highlights the most unethical people. Because it wants to train everybody, go along with the sick agenda. So you want to make sure, as difficult as it is, because I know it always comes down to the paycheck for many people. It's like, no, I can't speak up. Because no, you can. You can't. Granted, you're risking, your paycheck, or you're risking, that everybody's going to be against you. But these are the challenges that you're tested with. We are tested. That's the biggest test. Is can you, in those ethical dilemmas, will you stand up and do the right thing? And don't try to excuse it away like I wasn't sure what the right thing was to do. No, you know right from wrong, basic right from wrong. People know when they look away from stuff they shouldn't. And if the only reason that it wouldn't bother them anymore to do that is because they've already sold enough pieces of their soul out to the altar of this world that's about wealth, popularity, fame, having a bunch of letters after your name. That's what you sacrifice pieces of your soul to, is that altar. But it's a temporary. That luxury, that fame, that popularity is temporary. It's temporary for Joe Scarborough. It's temporary for the women on The View. It's temporary for all this media. Because they have served that prince of darkness to deceive. That's why God said don't conform, because everyone will be deceived. They have had enough time, if they had any ethical ounce to them, to stand up and do the right thing. They continually go along with that. The world, and really that's what this comes down to, is the science says the world is overpopulated. No, it's not. It is not. But the very enemies to the true creator of this planet would say that, because they're against God. And they have spent a long time getting people to believe their bullshit about climate and believe this bullshit about population. And the people that believe that are always the people that also go along with the most unethical and immoral agendas. Just make sure at the end of every day, say to yourself, if I came across any immoral or ethical dilemmas, did I stand on the right side? Because I definitely want God to know that I have more checks in the box that says I did not conform than having in the box that says I did.